So, about 10 weeks ago, or 2.5 months ago, however you want to count it, there was a world leader who made a statement that in his country there were only 15 cases of this new virus, COVID-19. And in a few days, there would be less. In a few days, there were not less. There were more. Today, late May, deaths in this country are over 100,000. $100,000. And we were all told by Donald Trump there were only 15 cases. He also asserted there was no true need to panic, no need to fear. The numbers rose slowly and steadily over the past 2.5 months. Currently, this virus has gotten to a point where we've declared unofficially, but people reference the war on COVID-19. How appropriate. In war, many people die. Tens of thousands. Sometimes millions. A 100,000 have died from this virus. And I will give the possibility that all those statistics are not accurate. Maybe they're off by as much as 10 to 20%, meaning they could be as low as only 80,000 dead. Yes, you heard that. Only 80,000. However, many people die from the flu every year. Not all of those deaths are attributed to the flu, because some people choose to stay at home and not get treatment. A flu is a virus, just like COVID-19. How many people may have or had this virus and just stayed at home? Most have survived, but not all. And I'm a realist. I do expect for some deaths from any virus. It's part of life. We're born, we live, we die. I'm very accepting of those facts. What I'm not so accepting of is leaders, politicians, anyone who has a following saying there's nothing to be scared of, or don't worry. I'm not a fan of worrying, and I don't suggest worrying about this pandemic. Worrying does not solve things. Actions solve things. Whether it's choosing to stay at home and avoid large public gatherings, or just going anywhere, that's an action. It will help. It has been helping. Thankfully, many people are doing this. They are staying at home. They are limiting social interaction. I'm grateful for that. On to politicians. In my state Congress, that is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, recently it was revealed that a member of the state Congress had tested positive and still has currently the virus. They worked for days, possibly weeks, only choosing to tell those in their own political party and those they were close to that they had this virus. They went to work every day, not telling anyone, not self-quarantining. What is even more sickening to me is not only did this member of state Congress not tell everyone, but those he told said nothing. They said nothing to anyone else. Imagine how many people may have been exposed by this one person, and worse, those who knew and did not act. How many state congressmen, state senators were exposed to this person? Our legislator here in Pennsylvania has been one of the most, if the not most active during this COVID pandemic. How many people, how many co-workers, how many staffers, how many cleaning people, building maintenance workers may have been exposed because of one person and the silence of others. How many folks may have been exposed and brought this home to a loved one, a husband, a child, a wife, an aunt, an uncle, a friend? I can't even imagine. And now, this news has become public. Days, if not weeks, after this initially happened. Imagine being a cleaning person in the state capitol, or anyone else, even a state congressman. Imagine, though, a custodian calling home to his or her loved one and having to say, I may have exposed you to coronavirus. Imagine having to tell that to their children, their nieces, their nephews, their parents, their grandparents, anyone. Not to mention, some of those folks may be in the high risk, like the elderly, the immunocompromised. Can you even fathom now being stuck at work for hours or days? Not only quarantined, but quarantined at work. No home amenities, no home TV, no interactions with anyone other than possibly coworkers. If you were even up to having interactions with anyone. Shame on the person that exposed everyone, and even more on those who kept quiet about it, who hid it, and who, worse yet, did tell those that they were close to, those that they loved, but not others. Maybe somehow they feel that only their loved ones and their friends are important. The lives of others may have very little meaning to them. And if that's the kind of person they are, actually, I'm okay with that. But be honest about the kind of person you are. In this case, it may literally kill someone if you're not. So remember, currently, the United States leads the world in something. And I'm sure you know what that is. But I'll say it. Deaths due to COVID-19. Yes, we are leading the world in something. It is not something we want to be leading the world in. I have no more words. Stay safe. However that is. If that's staying home, stay home. If that's wearing a mask and gloves, went out and social distancing, do that. Stay safe. Try to keep someone around you safe too. We may not be our brother's keeper, but we should try to look out for one another. It really is what decent people do. And I'm hoping the majority of people are decent. Actually, I've seen most people, not a large enough percentage though, but most seem to be decent now. That is my hope, that there are more decent people. That's what we need. More decent people. Hopefully you are all well. Bye.